looking crazy as ever, but I'm up, I'm outside. Decided to come out and take a walk because there's just so much on my mind and so much on my heart. I had a full weekend at the Black Agenda Conference, which was just awesome. I mean, it was beyond awesome to be in rooms with black people who are actually in the community doing the work and they're giving back. And they were gracious enough to give their time and so much information so that we can better ourselves, so that we can save our black selves. So this experience was beyond awesome. But I guess it was just on my heart this morning to kind of get up and jump up and talk about it because, as always, I'm a moody being and I will wake up in a mood sometimes. And it just really hit me that a lot of, well, I won't say a lot of the things, but some of the things that I heard yesterday specifically really hit me last night when I got home. Dr. Shauna, if you don't know who Dr. Shauna Atina is, find out because she is a wonderful black licensed social worker who works with black families and helping them to heal. But, she went over a discussion about how, slavery has affected us and how it continues to affect us and affects how we form relationships with each other. And it's crazy because in my own life, I can see how that plays out. Everything she said was on point. Dr. Megan Glover. Never heard of this woman until this weekend, but I love her, okay? I don't have a thing in common with this woman other than being black and having locks. I love her, okay? Dr. Megan Glover spoke to my soul, okay? She spoke to me. I looked dead at her and I said, yep, she's talking to me. She's talking to me. Because the answers are so simple. Sometimes we put ourselves in a traumatic state, especially in the society that we live in now because we are so social media driven. We wake up and we jump on social media. Before we go to bed, we are on social media. We are constantly in other people's business. And before I went to bed last night, what did I do? I scrolled social media and I saw something that was celebratory, wonderful, that I should be happy for my family member. And you know what I wanted to do? Delete the whole goddamn app because why should I be happy for someone else living my dreams? The dreams that I wasn't courageous enough to go and fight for. Someone else did, or someone else had the resources to go and make that dream come true. And now I got to look at you being happy, living your dream. Well, I'm out here struggling and surviving. That's another thing I realized. For the last 20 years, I have been surviving. I thought I was thriving. I thought I was living. I thought I was doing what I was supposed to do. You follow that American dream. Your parents tell you to go to college, get a degree, do what you're supposed to do. So you do that. You get a good job. It pays you well. You got benefits. So you think you done made it. Decent check. Bills are paid. But when do you get to enjoy your life? When do you get to go on vacations? When do you get to spend time with your loved ones? I've realized in the past couple months, I have been hardcore surviving, working 10 and 12-hour days, trying to get it up so that I can live the life that I feel like I deserve to live. And at the end of the day, I'm not living that life. I'm wasting it away, working for other people, making them rich, making them money, making sure that they don't lose money, all for a paycheck every week, for a life that I can't enjoy because I'm always fucking working. So, if nothing else, I found out and I learned that I'm going to stop surviving and I'm going to start living. I'm tired of surviving. I'm tired of survival. I'm tired of having to make a choice based off of meager survival. I'm ready to live. I'm ready to start living. I'm ready to start doing things. I'm ready to start enjoying the fruits of my labor because I deserve it. I've been working for years. Years. My daughter's 17. I raised her by myself for 10, 11 years. Last year at the age of 16 was the first time she ever got to go on a family vacation with her mother, stepfather, me. We had a ball. She's been on vacation before, sure. She's been to Florida, been to, other vacations with other family members. But as a mother, I was never able to give her that. I was never able to take her on a spring vacation. I was never able to, take her on a summer vacation. I still have never been able to take my kid on a summer vacation. Thank God for her grandmother who had the courtesy and the decency to ask if she could go to Dubai. And my daughter had a wonderful trip. She got to go to Dubai. Mommy didn't go to Dubai. She went. And I'm grateful for that. So I'm glad that she was happy to have those experiences. But as a mother, I want to be able to give my child those experiences. As a parent, I want to be able to provide those things. And if I'm constantly working 8, 9, 10 hours a day, I'll never be able to give her that. Much less the time and attention that she needs to thrive as a young woman. So I think, the Black agenda really helped me to put my life in perspective, and helped me realize that, I might have been looking at this all wrong. I might have been going about this all wrong because I am constantly in survival mode. And I think that, a lot of things that they spoke about tie together. Let's see here, which way am I going to go? This way. Because the way that we treat our significant others. I can't lie. I have a big issue with this. I'm not a very nice woman. I'm not. When I want shit done, I want it done, and I want it done my way, and I want it done now. And if you can't do it the way I need it done, then get the fuck out of my way and I'll do it myself. I don't know how, most women are like that, but I know, a great majority that are. I'm sorry, I hate to be like that. I need to let a man be a man and just do his things. And a lot of times I just try to just back off and just say, you know what? Let him do it his way. It's not my call. It's not my choice. People got to be people, right? You can't control everybody and everything. I'm running because the lights are changing. Don't want to get hit by one of these country cars. So, yeah, just want to come out and share that, talk about it, because I see that, Miss Angela Stanton was there. I almost walked into her, okay? Angela Stanton, beautiful Black woman, okay? She was there representing, giving us the jewels. One of the most important things that was said on her panel that all you Black people need to listen to. Please vote policy over party. Listen to the policies that these politicians are spitting and talking about. They're on TV and they're at your church and they're clapping. Thank you. Because YouTube just does what it wants to do. This is like my first time, maybe second time doing a live straight from YouTube. So hopefully it'll even upload because, they be funky sometimes and they probably just make that shit sit in a bubble for a while before anybody can see it. So, it's been a while. I don't go live. I don't make videos often. So I'm pretty sure it may be weeks before you see this. But anyhow, it was wonderful information. All the classes will be available on Michiet's network. I encourage you to go over there. If you don't have a subscription, you need to be over there because Michi loves us. Michi's trying to save us. This is I believe the third year she's done this convention, maybe the second in-person one because of COVID. But she's providing solutions. She's bringing you the heavy hitters. Yes, without social media, YouTube, we wouldn't know who any of these people are. In fact, I didn't know who some of these people were until I got there. But I was very honored to be in the building for those 2 days to get to soak up that information, to really put my life in perspective, to see that there are things that I can do right now that can help me get on the path to where I want to be, and to know that I don't have to sit here and keep slaving away for other people. I can't make my own money if I do the work. And I have not been doing the work. I haven't tried to do the work because I've been trying to survive. I've been struggling and surviving, trying to get a check so that I can get these bills paid, so that we can make it, so that I can live the lifestyle that I feel that I am entitled to live, okay? Because sometimes we want things that we don't always need. And a lot of times, we'll sacrifice way more for the things that we want versus the things that we need. So I made a choice to sacrifice and work like a slave and struggle, because there were certain things that I felt like I needed and that I wanted and that I had to have, that my family needed. So I did what I had to do. And your people probably say, why are you working so hard? Why are you paying so many bills? Because I'm a fucking adult. That's what adults do. Don't you have a husband? Yes, he works too. And sometimes as black women, we bulldoze men. And if we feel like they're not doing it the way we want them to do it, we step over them and we do it ourselves. And that's not good, because like Dr. Shauna said, you got to play your role. And as a culture, as a whole, as black women, we have lost our femininity. We have none. We have become men, and we were made to be men. Please understand that. We didn't just wake up one day and say, hey, we want to be masculine. No, we were made that way. Our children were taken from us. Our husbands were ripped from us. We had no choice but to be mommy and daddy. So therefore, generation after generation after generation, we become very, very, very masculine. Listen to your family history. Listen to your mother. Listen to your grandmothers. Listen to your aunties. All my single ladies out here, if you're not married, listen to how the women in your family speak about the men. Listen to how the men speak about the women. Because it's quite funny, as I'm sitting in that lecture yesterday and we're talking about family histories and the struggles of slavery and how slavery still affects us to this day. I'm sitting here thinking about the words that come out of my mouth, the things that I say and the thoughts that I have about my spouse. And I think about my parents' relationship and the things that my father would say, the way that he would treat my mother, and the things that would come out of his mouth. And he would say things like, she thinks she's a man. She doesn't know how to treat a man. They want to talk down on a man. They prefer a man that's dumb. Your grandfather couldn't read, so your grandmother had to do everything for him. So now your mother feels like she got to do everything for me. I went to college, but she thinks she got to read for me. You see that? No, whether my mother knew it or not, she was being conditioned as a she was being conditioned on how to treat her spouse. And in turn, she treated her husband that way, regardless of whether or not the situation that her parents were going through was reflected in her own marriage. She still carried those values over into her own relationship because that is what was mirrored for her. So she may have made her husband feel disrespected, made him feel like he was not intelligent, made him feel like he couldn't pull his weight as a man, because that's what she saw growing up. And guess what? I can see myself doing the same thing, and I don't like it. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the person. I don't want to put people down for doing their best. Okay? Because at the end of the day, marriage is a partnership. It takes two people. So all you bitches out here talking about my man pays all the bills and I got to be with somebody who's going to pay 100%, you going to be alone forever. Okay? You ain't never going to have nobody. Because relationships are about partnerships. You have to make sacrifices, and it takes two to be together, and more than likely 2 incomes, because you're not going to have a happy life with 1 income. You're going to be broke. You probably won't be able to pay all your bills with 1 income. You're going to need 2, maybe 3, even 4 if you can have some side hustles, okay? So I mean, it's just a lot of toxicity in our community. There's a lot of people out here on YouTube, on social media, the gender war about how black men ain't this, black women not that. Black men don't want black women. Black women need to be more like other cultures of women, when in reality, we just need to take a step back and realize that we can walk in our femininity. We can get it back. We don't have to be masculine beings. We don't have to walk on a man's back all the time. We can allow a man to be a man. We can allow a man to provide as best as he can, and we meet him halfway. And we make our houses whole. We make our families whole. Instead of being single mothers out here doing it by yourself, how about you have a man with you to help you that can provide you all that he can provide, so that you can have a family unit and not just be a single mother out here talking about niggas ain't shit.